Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. Let's take a look at the economic calendar for today. So what do we have here? Asian data, not really that much important. Global Dairy Trade Price Index from New Zealand, 6.7%. Services PMI data from Japan beats the expectations, 53.7. Chinese services PMI beats the expectations, 52.3. Russian services PMI beats the expectations, 53.1. We are still waiting for the rest of the services PMI data from across the Eurozone. This data will be released between 9:15 and 10 o'clock, because 10 o'clock we got Eurozone composite PMI data scheduled for release and services PMI data scheduled for release. Data from the UK in form of the composite and services PMI are scheduled for release at 10:30. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the London session, we got the CPI data from the Eurozone and core CPI data as well, 11 o'clock. Then we switch to the US session. ADP Nonfarm employment change is scheduled for release at 2:15. JOLTS jobs openings as usual, 3 o'clock. Global services PMI composite PMI data are scheduled for release at 3:45. ISM non-manufacturing PMI data is scheduled for release at 4 o'clock. Interest rate decision from Poland is scheduled for release at roughly around 4:30. Crude oil inventories 4:30, and cash in crude oil inventories 4:30. So quite easy, busy day, especially the US session. Plenty of the very important data releases. So without any further ado, let's switch to the charts and we start with euro dollar. Ahead of the data release, the euro dollar is trying to bounce higher. As you can see, we went down in 3 waves towards the level of 1.1777. Now the market is testing the technical resistance at 1.1838 as it bounces from the level of 34 points on RSI. Still no breakout above the level of 50, the neutral level. So this breakout above the 1.1836 opens the road towards 1.1898, the next technical resistance. The market might be ready to move higher because ABC correction looks completed. So that's why we might see movement to the upside. There you go, 3 waves to the downside done on the euro dollar. Let's take a look at the cable. The same situation is being observed in cable. You can see the movement to the upside, rather corrective in nature, at least for now, after the low at the level of 1.3622 has been established. Momentum broke above the level of 50, but they need to break definitely above 1.3723 in order to move higher towards 1.3788 to continue the wave 5 to the upside. This movement to the downside looks corrective as well, perfect for the wave 4 and perfect for continuation of the wave 5 to the upside. So the outlook on the British pound remains bullish if it breaks above the technical resistance. US dollar versus the Japanese yen is testing 100 period swing average on a 4-hour time frame chart, 156.48. So gap is covered, we don't need it anymore. Next target for the bulls is located at 157.32. As you can see, we hit the extremely overbought conditions. This level here that used to be inside of the gap will now be acting as the technical support. And this is pretty nice movement to the upside, pretty strong, pretty solid. It looks like the bulls are in charge of the US dollar versus the Japanese yen market these days. So please keep an eye on the current situation here. If we zoom out, you can clearly see that we got this very dynamic and aggressive correction. Nevertheless, we retraced most of this correction. We can apply, of course, the Fibonacci sequence, but I guess when we break above the 100 period moving average, the next target is 157.32, and the bulls are back in the business on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. So it is bullish outlook. Gold retraced most of the recent slump towards 402. We broke into the positive territory, 56 points on the RSI, back from the level of 23 points only, so extremely oversold conditions. Nearest target is 5,115, the technical resistance, and if this level is violated and there is strong breakout above this level, next target is all-time high, obviously. So that's the gold. S&P 500 doesn't do much. Basically, it goes up and down, testing some local support in the middle of the range, and then going as high, as close as 7,000 points as it is possible. Then sell-off is being introduced yet again. No trend line here unless we will, but this one is not good enough anymore. Anyway, so range trading here with the bullish bias because the trend is to the upside on the in the background. So situation looks in favor for the bulls on the S&P 500. Crude oil, the recent movement towards 100 periods moving average at 61.16 has been completed, and these days the crude oil is trying to move higher, is trying to move towards the level of 65 points yet again, and now we tested the level of 64.20, and now the market consolidates recent gains. A little pullback is being introduced here. Maybe, just maybe, we can apply some trend line here to see how this market will react on the trend line. Nevertheless, it looks like the bulls are in charge of this market. Momentum is at the level of 50 points, so if we lose the momentum, neutral momentum, if we break towards the negative territory, we can see another test of the 100 periods moving average. Otherwise, breakout above the trend line is expected, and attack on 66-67 area is next. And last but not least is the Bitcoin. New low made on the Bitcoin, so the sell-off didn't stop here. Sell-off is being still continued. Now this low here will be the nearest low we got on the Bitcoin. It's roughly very close to the $70,000. Low was 72,945. So we still keep this green line here because we got very big lower shadow here on this 4-hour time frame chart. It's clear bullish divergence here, so please stay focused, stay vigilant. It looks like that something is cooking in the bullish camp, and we should see the answer from the bulls sooner or later. For now, we have the sequence of lower highs, lower low, textbook example of the downtrend. Nevertheless, the bullish divergence is multiple divergences. To be honest, on the 4-hour time frame chart is present. We are waiting for the higher time frame chart like daily and weekly to complete the divergences or hit the extremely oversold conditions, and then the market will be ready to continue the uptrend, because the multi-year trend on the Bitcoin is still uptrend, despite the fact that we lost that will be over 40% now, I guess. That's only from 97,000, right? So this is minus 25% from 97,000 from the last swing high. From the all-time high, it will be like 44-45% already. So that's the situation on the Bitcoin, and this is everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye-bye.